So for our research, we started by looking at different artists that would use text in their photos and also incorporate textures and objects onto different pages so that we could create a discourse between the images. And we began by looking at themes of nature, people exploring portraiture and strangers in pictures that we had previously taken throughout the years. And then we also thought about doing something more fun, about incorporating makeup, beauty, colors, self-expression, jewelry, and femininity, and the contrast between landscapes, locations, and different things. And we wanted to figure out which path would we take.
Okay, so after our research, we were quite interested in Regina Eisenberger's work, as she showcased a lot of textures, and it was really interesting for us to look at the pictures she took, as she would show the same pictures in two different ways, one being like a normal picture, like a normal photograph, and the other a close-up of its texture,
or like a tactile part of the object.
Exactly, which we thought was very interesting and would like to maybe incorporate in our own work. And after looking at the themes, like Clara said, we have decided to kind of go with the idea of symbolism, because we think it's something that interests both of us quite a bit and we can do something quite interesting with it. And it reminded us of a project that we did last year, where we looked at pomegranates as well as the evil eye, where Clara did makeup on top of me.
Yeah.
And we looked at ways which we could incorporate their symbolism, such as, for example, the pomegranate being a symbol of fertility, and the evil eye, the protection from evil in general. We explored these themes, and after kind of brainstorming a couple of others,
we researched different symbolism that we could find that would basically showcase something bigger than life. So we really looked at butterflies, circles, and different things that we think we can incorporate, either through makeup, through projectors, and also whatever was...
through layering of photographs.
Superimposing stuff into the different pictures. And these themes were what we then used to create our designs, which are included in our ELP posts, of what we think that our pages in the photo book will look like. So it will be a contrast between the picture itself and then the tangible part of that symbol.
So for example, we would maybe create a page where, two pages, where one of them would be a picture of our own interpretation of the symbolism of pomegranate. So for example, a woman with pomegranate seeds on top of her, which would kind of play with the idea of fertility. And on the other page, right next to it, it would be an image of pomegranate and like seeds, maybe its juice. We could play around with the way we could photograph it, or we could play around with filters. We could do a lot with it later. This is something that we would experiment with later on once we are certain of exactly what we want to do.
Exactly, and we will, by doing this, by placing one page with an image and the other corresponding page with the tangible part of that object, so the seeds, beads, different things like that, we're creating a discourse between what is man-made and what is natural in the natural form of that symbol and found in our environment and daily lives.
For example, another idea that we had was to have a similar 2D picture, which would incorporate a person and our own nation of the evil eye, and it being a protection for the person against evil, but also it representing evil in a way, and people looking at you. And on the other side, we could maybe have, for example, beads representing the evil eye, as the evil eye is mainly seen in jewelry, and that's what people usually wear it as.
And these are just some examples that we have, but we're going to come up with more throughout the time that we go through this exploration together when looking at other symbols. But so far, this is what we have.